if I get anybody in here. We'll see. Say something. I'm really sad because I might have to go back to work. How's everybody doing? Let's listen to this song. Oh, I got 3 guys. What's cracking? What's up, man? How's everybody doing? Doing okay. Just well, I don't know. I feel all right. How do you guys feel? I just wanted to thank everybody for listening to me and dialing the phone. And I really like streaming. Like, that was a blast. I don't think I'm going to get even 10 people in here, but it's pretty cool that we got 2 or 3. So I think I might work and stream. And if anybody wants to talk about it, I'm here to talk about it. It was. I'm excited for 2024. I think the table's set. The worst thing in the world isn't Andy dropping out. It's Andy. If Andy won, the market would have tanked and everybody would have blamed him, and it would have been a 4-year. So now he can take these next 4 years, sharpen his sword, get the right people around him on the campaign, and then maybe, who knows? But I think, I can't. Yeah. Another plus, your wife will stop shitting on you. She wasn't that bad. She was just like, you got to make money. And it was nice. And, she's excited. She's like, all right, you got to get back to work now. But dude, that was the most fun I've ever had in my entire life for this last month. Like, shit, I wish I could get paid doing that. That was a blast. You guys think Bloomberg's hiring, or Amy is? What do you guys think is going to happen? What's going to happen? I don't know. I got 4 guys. Your connection is on. Why is my connection unstable? Son of a biscuit. All right, I'm back. Who do you guys think is going to take it? If you would have told me fucking 3 months ago that Warren and Biden would be not viable and there'd be 3 candidates, I would have bet my life savings and everything I own that Andrew Yang would have been one of them. That is a real fucking nut punch. Well, that's true. If you're not a politician, neither is Trump, but Trump had the right campaign around him. So, hopefully he gets those right people around, and just, I don't know, the people that he had working for him, hopefully they go back to running nonprofits or something. I don't know. Where do you guys think you're going? Are you guys going to vote for Trump? Are you guys not going to vote? Or are you guys going to vote for one of the top 3? I like Amy. I do. Or, if you guys want, I can just go get a White Pages phone book and just start dialing numbers in the White Pages for South Carolina and pitching Andrew Yang to them. Trump has millions to find the right people. No, exactly. Yeah, but it's not like Buttigieg had a ton of money, or maybe he did. I don't know. He just had pros. You just gotta hire pros, man. They know what the fuck they're doing. The debate stage on Friday, that was when I knew we were done, but I just kept the positive spin on it. But it's crazy to see what a really good debate could do for your campaign. Amy fucking, so that could have been us. And that's the worst part about all this. Yeah, maybe that's it. Well, I'm hoping you're right. We didn't really have the money and we were just kind of winging it. So it can't be too hard on everybody. But yeah, I don't know. We got to get he's got 4 years to sharpen his sword and raise some money and make the right deals with people. And, I'll tell you what, in 4 years, I promise you, I work in, leeching off the teat of capitalism. The market is going to tank. And the table will be set for a Democrat in 2024. I don't see anybody beating Trump, period. So liberals and stuff like to talk about how, Trump's got a shot and this person can beat Trump and blah, blah, blah. Never going to happen. So, it's not necessarily the worst thing in the world. It's just we got 4 more years of the orange bad man. Hey, do me a favor. Hi, Yang Gang. Shit, yeah. I mean, I would say he's got to be right there, but he just needs the right people around him, which is whatever. Who do you guys want to see get the nod of all the Dems? I kind of want to see Pete just to see Trump attack Pete for that thing I'm not allowed to talk about. Or Amy. I think Amy will try to rip his dick off. My second choice was Steyer. He didn't do too well, but his money's going to keep him going. I'd love to see Steyer get it, even though he's got, not much more of a chance than Yang had. Just because I'm like 70% sure Steyer would have attacked Trump, and I don't mean verbally. That dude, I think that dude would try to fight Trump on the debate stage. So that would have been made good television. So yeah, if you want in here, just vent. I'm kind of depressed today, like a lot of you are. You just let the wind out of my sail. So feel free to complain and bitch and moan and get it out here. I love to stream. What should I do? Like, what the hell could I do? Like, that's the question. I'm really kind of a boring human being. What could I stream? What could I talk about? I don't know. I mean, one thing I'm obsessed with is sports, but I can talk about sports, but I haven't cared about sports since I hopped on this month. So that's kind of crazy. Maybe politics took over my fandom of sports. That's the thing is, I mean, who am I calling then? Like, I'll keep calling, but you know. Oh, Bloomberg's already going to spend that. The numbers behind Bloomberg are fucking absurd. So I guess if you have $60 billion in the bank, you make $2 billion off of it a year just in interest. And this dude is just gonna throw 2 billion at this thing and see what sticks. I don't know. I don't I, I mean, if you want to talk about the American dream dying and the whole thing that we as a society are just turning into this, separation of haves and have nots. If a guy's going to win the election without putting in the work, without campaigning, without setting up offices, and just throwing money at a TV, like, American dream's dead. I probably am. You guys want me to hop on the phone? I got some leads. You can hear me. The thing is, I'm going to be yelling at. It's not as exciting. I get told to fuck off a lot more when I get a guy. I try to get his attention. I send him out information, and he blows me off most of the time. So it's just not as exciting. I could try, but maybe start like a sales one, maybe. I don't know why the song keeps playing. Okay, I could probably do that. I guess I would blow that up and see if in like the sales Reddit, if I push that out, then I just get a bunch of trolls and a bunch of business to business guys that couldn't close the screen door telling me that, it's not how they do it and blah, blah, blah. I mean, I could try. I mean, shit, I didn't know I could do this. But I really like my idea, though, of calling up the South Carolina white pages and the white pages and the LATA and just trying to get people to vote for yeah. Didn't he drop out? No, that's just fake news. That's media. Don't let the media control you. We're still in this. That was a hologram. Shit, man, I don't know. I mean, I might as well be dialing between leads. UBI candidates. Dino, is anybody going to adopt the UBI? I mean, what the fuck? I mean, so I get this straight. Bernie's going to run on free college for everybody, free healthcare for everybody, and now giving everybody $1,000. Yeah, I agree. Hey, Bruce. Hey, Bruce Wayne. Thank you for keeping Gotham safe, sir. Means a lot to me. If anybody wants to blow this out on Twitter, I'm trying to get, if I can get like 10 people, that'd be pretty. I didn't think I'd get that. So, but I don't know, what are your thoughts on eating booty like groceries? What are your thoughts on eating booty? This is what it's come down to. What is light grocery? I know what eating booty is. I'm a fan of eating booty. I know all you millennials are in it, but I was doing that shit before it was cool, like a hipster. What does light grocery mean? That's great. I hope the UBIs. I hope. Okay, what are your thoughts on eating booty like groceries? Oh, okay. So like just like snack. I might eat out booty. I wouldn't eat booty. I don't want to eat, well, unless it was like maybe pork or cow and it was barbecued for 8 hours, then I would eat that booty. But yeah, I'm a fan. I know what you're getting at, but I'm a fan. That shit was taboo when I was a kid. If there was a story came out about how, I mean, this was back in the like 2000, 20 years ago. But if it came out that your girl was giving you a blow jay, and she worked her way down there and went to town, your friends would give you a hard time about it. It seems to be a lot cooler these days and more acceptable. What are they organizing for? Do you know? I hopped on. I said, "Fuck, let's get going for 2024. I hope they let me train people. That's the biggest thing. I hope they let me do what I can and do my thing." I know. I agree. All the kids these days, it's all about eating the booty. And I don't know if they're really doing it because they like the booty or they're trying to be cool. I was always doing it because I really liked it. I didn't. It wasn't a cool thing back then. It became cool. But yeah, I don't know. We did the best we could. I think you're talking about guy's booty. Not talking about guy's booty. Never licked a guy's booty. I tell you. Being trolled by Bruce Wayne. This is awesome. Booty judge's booty. Booty duty. I'm making the troll laugh. See, guys, you attack love with hate with love, and you get a response. You're a funny man. You're a funny man, fucking Bruce Wayne. What'd you think about the Joker? I thought it was pretty good. I didn't like how they, as a lifetime Batman fan, I did not like how they portrayed Thomas Wayne as kind of a dick. That's tight, dog. I don't know what's a tetrasexual. I'm old school in this. Like, I think there's two genders, and I'm probably gonna offend a bunch of people, but you got a man, you got a woman, and the cards that you're dealt. I'm a lifetime basketball player, and I'd love to identify as a black man that has a 42-inch vert and is an athlete, but I'm not. He was a dick from the perspective. Yeah, but I mean, he was a dick. Period. Like that. I agree with you there. That's a really interesting take, but of all the ways in the history I've seen of Batman being Thomas Wayne being portrayed, he was always like a very gentle, loving person, and he wouldn't have fucking decked somebody in the bathroom regardless, and especially if they have mental illness. So that was an interesting take on it. I liked it. I thought Joaquin Phoenix did a hell of a job. But it was a little, I get it, a little too simple. I don't know what a tetrasexual amoeba is. I'm not going to work today because I'm sad. And got on the phone and flipping voters was a lot of fun. Is that real? That's crazy to me, man. I never ever thought I'm 30. I just turned 37. I know I look great for my age. Thanks for noticing. I never would have thought that when I was a kid that I would hear music today and what everybody's doing and be like, "Goddamn generation, this country's going to hell." but here we are. I don't understand mumble rap as a hip hop fan, and I do not get the gender thing. And I've never ever thought I would be called like a Nazi hating, a Nazi loving Trump supporter. I get that all the time. And did you hear? I would love. I thought it was governor of New York, Matt. I would. That'd be cool. Why are you heartbroken? Come on, babe. I don't know if you're a guy or girl, Lex, but come on, baby. Or babe can be any. What's wrong? Why are you sad? Call and see. That sounded fun. All right, I'll try to get some shit. Girl, okay, what's wrong, girl? What's wrong, girl? Life's going to go on, you know? Everybody thought when Trump got elected that, you know, life was, you know, the world was going to be over, and here we are. So 4 years, we'll all still be here, and we'll still be rocking the Yang Gang. So hang in there. Just the beginning. I know he dropped out. Let's call a spade a spade. He dropped out because he ran out of money. Because everybody stopped donating because he did so shitty at the debate. So it is what it is. He wasn't ready for the primetime moment. He needs to, you know what the best, somebody brought this up is, I think it was me, but if this was Star Wars and Andrew Yang was Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader just cut off his hand. It's really sad. It's the end of Empire. He needs to go back to Dagobah. He needs to train and sharpen his sword with Yoda. And he can come back and he can overthrow the Empire. That's what's going to happen. He just wasn't ready for the moment. No big deal. Yeah, a lot of people believe in him because, you know, everybody believes in him. If anybody wants to blow me out on Twitter or Facebook and vent about how sad we all are that our boy Andy is done, I got it here. I'm going to wear my, I got like 6 math hats I got in Iowa, but this one's my favorite. What do you guys think about my hat? I don't know who's Riley Reid. Is that like a porn star? Oh, you fucking goddamn trolling me again. Who's Riley Reid? Is he a porn star? Sounds like a porn star. That's good. You know, it's I found something out about myself. I really like politics and trying to make the world a better place. So, you know, maybe if there's a governor or a mayor of San Diego or somebody locally to you that you can donate your time and try to help, you know, it may fill me up with a lot of joy. Who's Riley? Is that real? I don't know when Bruce Lane talks to me if she's fucking with me or not. Who's Riley Reid? I'm gonna Google this right now. She's a porn actress. Riley Reid's an American porn actress. She briefly worked as a stripper at 19. See, that's crazy. Like, I couldn't. I don't know. Yeah, I just read that. That's crazy. Damn. Yeah. You know, he planted a lot of really good seeds. He just wasn't ready for prime time yet. I'm gonna go get some more coffee and put some pants on. Un momento. Anything else? Keep me going. Give me a topic. Bruce, we need you, bud. Hey, that's one way to. That's one good place to start. His staff sucked. Volunteers were great. I mean, he's got the people that are right there that he can hire and can make a difference. Shit, I don't know. If we didn't get brought on in Iowa, I don't even know if we get to 6% or set whatever we got to in Iowa. It just kind of seemed like everybody was just throwing shit at the wall and trying to hoping it sticks. Like nobody really knew what they were doing. But I mean, how long do you have to be a governor for, though? Doesn't that take him out of the race in 2024? I think he's ready. He'll be what? He's 45 now. He'll be 49 in 4 years. You know, he's still relatively young, but if he goes and somehow gets himself a little bit of experience, who knows? Maybe if I post this, I don't know if I can. Let's try. Because he now has. Yeah, I think what really killed him. I mean, I don't even know. I don't think we even got 3%, which is absolutely like. If you would have told me 3 months ago that Biden and Warren would have stunk up the joint, and there would be three top candidates that were viable, I would have bet my life savings that one of those candidates was Andrew Yang, and it's just a missed opportunity. I mean, you know, Tulsi Gabbard or Buttigieg, there's no reason that Andrew couldn't have been in that spot. Yeah. See, I don't know shit about shit with this, but thanks for the edification. Oh, they let me do it. Okay, so here you guys go. If you guys can blow this out, that's awesome. Stupid Yang Gang Reddit. Upvote it, comment it, get as many people in here as possible so we can all cry together. What's wrong with what don't you like about Buttigieg, Lex? Hey, I love Canada. And I'm not going to laugh. Americans are fucking stupid. Right here. This guy, dumber than a sack of potatoes. So I'm not going to laugh. I love my neighbors to the north. I just watched, I guess, like the biggest show in Canada. I love Trailer Park Boys, but everybody knows about that. But then Corner Gas, they had it on Amazon Prime, and they just took it off. Like, that was my Seinfeld that I just was background noise constantly. Corner Gas is one of my favorite fucking shows I've ever seen in my life. There's nothing wrong. Hey, you know, it's cool. That's what your hobby is. You know, that's cool. If you like politics, you like politics. Politics are fun, man. It's like competition that means something. You know, I love sports, and that doesn't mean dick. Lex, why don't you like Buttigieg? I need to hear this. Yeah, Corner Gas. Dude, it's so fucking good. And I loved it, man. I'm so happy. I'm blown away at the level between Trailer Park Boys and Corner Gas. Like, yo, you guys are doing it right up there. All of you guys reading this and hearing my dumb shit, if you can blow up my post, I'm not going to be asking for money. Just upvote and comment, and I just kind of want to get like a support group popping for y'all. And because I don't want to work my other job. Like, I don't. I'd rather talk to you guys. I'd rather be dialing the phone in Nevada or South Carolina. Yeah. I really wish I was. I wish I was in South Carolina. I wish I was wish I was dialing the phone in South Carolina and trying to flip voters. I wish I was flipping voters in Nevada. I do not want to go back and work, but I will. I'm just not ready yet. I want to be sad with y'all and eat some ice cream. Eat some ice cream and some pizza. Yeah, you got to go through the DNC. It's just the way it goes, man. You can't like I mean, unless you're Trump, everybody can hate on Trump. I didn't see what I just said. I don't understand. Everybody can hate on Donnie Dealmaker all they want, but that man, despite the GOP and the Republican National Convention, whatever it's called, doing their best to suppress him like they suppressed Yang, and Fox News suppressed him like MSNBC and CNN suppressed Yang, he fucking still won. It didn't go through. You might have said the word retard, or don't cuss, or I don't know what it is. I'm going to try to say retard. Oh, it went through. You're to an extent, yeah, you're probably right. His fame had something to do with it, but it's still. I mean, you got to call a spade. You got to give credit where credit's due, first and foremost. And what does not? Oh, retard. And my retard didn't go through. Whatever. You got to credit where it's due, and Trump completely got shut out by the. Not the RNC, maybe it's the GOP, but completely got shut out by them and managed to still overcome. Oh, we can't see it, and it just doesn't tell you it doesn't go through. Well, yeah, I mean, if you guys think that politics is a fair game, like I got some sour news for you, Jack. Study your history. They would in you ever heard of Tammany Hall in New York City? Tammany Hall was one of the most impressively corrupt politicians in the history of American politics. This guy, during like the time he was in like I think it was 1850s, 1860s, right around the time the Civil War was going on, there was also a potato famine in Ireland. So we had all these Irish coming over, and these people would come off of the boat. Tammany would take them, feed them, take them to the voting booth, take them out of the voting booth, shave them, bring them back to the voting booth. They would have more votes than there were by like triple than there were the population of New York City. Pete didn't steal anything. Pete is a robot. Like the same reason people didn't like Hillary, because she just came off like, almost like a Manchurian candidate. The same thing with Pete. He's not natural. I'm not worried about Pete. Fuck Pete. We got to stop blaming everybody else for why Andrew Yang didn't do well. Andrew Yang didn't do well because he got to the debate stage and he stood there. And yeah, GOP. God, I'm learning so much for you, Matt. You're gonna be my you're gonna give you somebody in my cabinet. You're gonna be my education guy. Yes, and they smelt the. It's just it's an unlikable character. He's very charismatic, but it's very robotic, and he looks at you with like glassed over eyes. I don't know what it is. He doesn't have it. We could do a lot of things. I came real quick. Or I don't know if it's this way or this way, but I just put my link. If you can upvote it and just comment, so I can try. I'm gonna try to get. I think a good goal is to get 30. I think that's about as much as we'll possibly get. But anyway, we can develop block here. You can do a fucking shit ton of things that will help the process. Okay, but they're not even interested in fixing the caucus. The caucus is the stupidest. I talked to people that wanted to vote for Yang, but they didn't because there's no privacy to your vote. So what happens is everybody piles into a room. Say for me, it was a basketball gymnasium. Everybody's got their little stations. You put your marker, your Andrew Yang sign, or your Buttigieg sign, and you give your 1 minute speech. People come in, and you do your best to try to persuade them, and then they can go over and they walk over and they vote who they want. Now, I was talking to people on the phone. Lady worked in mental health, and her boss was a huge Bernie supporter. She wanted to vote for Yang, but she couldn't because they live in the same area and they go to the same caucus. And if her boss sees her not supporting Bernie, it could cost her job. It is fucking stupid. He sounded like Yang, his Pete's team. Yeah, Pete. You're right. Pete did sound like Yang because Pete was doing his thing, man. He had pros working for him. You can't hate. In politics, especially all of us complaining, we all wish that the world was a fair place. It's not. If you think the world is fair, I got sour news. It's not fair. People are going to cheat. You got to overcome that shit, and you got to keep going. He got to the debate. He had his moment. Yang had his moment, and he fucking stood there. You're missing the point. Why would if you're a corrupt organization that wanted to sway, depending on and if you're a corrupt organization and you wanted to sway a vote, why would you bring in technology that you would have a tough time manipulating? You can manipulate a card, so that's why it's staying in is because it can be manipulated. They should absolutely, voting should be private, 100%. I managed to make Yang viable at my precinct in Henry. We were one of the only 3 counties that was, I think, viable in Iowa. And the reason that is we needed 11. 4 people knew who Yang was and intended to vote for Yang. The other people just voted because I worked the room and they liked me and they liked my energy and my speech, and I fucking grabbed them by the hand and pulled them over. In a caucus, you're not allowed to speak to them while they're making their decision. I did. I broke rules. I guess I committed voter fraud. Don't care. Oh yeah, there's simple, easy, cheap solutions to a million different things. Ras, but it's a matter of why why would you make something sophisticated? Blood rocket. Dying. He's a real politician. That's what politicians do. The reason I'll tell you why people like Pete, and Pete would have a much better chance if that thing I couldn't name wasn't the elephant in the room. My dad texted me the second Pete started talking on Friday, and my dad said, he talks and he looks like JFK, and that resonates with the party. I don't think it would have made the slightest bit of difference if it started in Texas or Alabama or California or Washington, at least for us. The issue is you have to. Why? I mean, I'll tell you this. Talking to people in Iowa, these people will literally vote because their word means something to them. If they give their word, it's like you can count on it as gold. And they decided in September, somebody from the Buttigieg clan got them to say that they would caucus for Pete. These people would tell me on the phone that I'm caucusing for Pete because Pete sent him a really nice door hanger, and he got it on his door, and he liked it a lot. I will say the people in New Hampshire, the New England area, very intelligent, very well thought out, capable of critical thinking, and they didn't vote for fucking Yang. And the reason they didn't vote for Yang was had nothing to do with their skin color or anybody's skin color. I mean, I think Obama won Iowa. So, I mean, let's be honest. It has to do, again, I heard in 2008 Obama won Iowa because his campaign crushed it. They followed up, they were organized, they murked it. So, got to stop blaming everybody else. What do you mean? I don't know what the term astroturfed means. What does astroturfed means? I was in Iowa. I'll tell you exactly how things went down. Yeah, it was about fucking time he had a competent staff somewhere, though. Come on, guys, I got 0. I need you guys to blast this out. All you got to do if you got a Reddit is comment and upvote. I'm not asking for money here. Okay, like a Pete or Bernie supporter becoming. I was a Andy supporter and I was a precinct captain. I don't know what you mean by that. I know he didn't. We had no business getting here. I got to stop beating that dead horse, I guess. But all of you reading this, upvote and just comment. Say, shut up, fuck you, whatever. But get more eyeballs on this thing. I'm trying to get to 30. My issue is he might have had a competent staff in Nevada, which is great, but it was just too little too late. And by that time, based on the fact he got 3%, people wouldn't think he was viable. So people wouldn't think that he was viable. So I don't know. I think it was right, probably the right time for him. I couldn't stand to see the campaign asking for any more money out of these people that have given everything. It was time. We ran out of time. He's got to make a move tomorrow. He's got to get entrenched tomorrow. I wasn't familiar with that. Where was our precinct captain there though? Again, politics are a dirty pool, Matt. I don't have to tell somebody who knows as much about politics as you. Where the fuck was I would never, if I was a precinct captain there, I would have fought that guy. No one's taking my people. I literally grabbed people's hands that were undecided and just said, "You're coming with me." And I did that, and I was technically breaking the rules. But at what point do we stop complaining about people not playing fair and just realize that that's politics? It's 250. What would you like? I was in Iowa. What would you like to know, Mike? Guys, my Reddit. The way that we get more people here is we upvote my Reddit account, my Reddit post, and just comment. Say, hey, your orange suit is stupid. You're ugly. You're old. Do all that stuff. Yeah, I was a real precinct captain too. What's your point? I don't know what you mean. What we could have done better was I'm gonna repeat. You're gonna start hearing me repeat myself because I can only so if you would have told me 3 weeks ago that Biden and Warren would not be viable in the top three, I would have bet my life saving it was Andrew Yang. What happened in Iowa was a disorganized mess run by the campaign. The campaign, I wasn't even going to be a precinct captain, but one of the volunteers, a very brilliant guy by the name of Warren, who was picking up the slack for the fucking campaign, put me in Henry County, Northwest. I was in the middle of some rich farm town, and it was clown shoes, and I keep saying that, clown shoes. Oh, okay. Well, you're right, Matt. I don't hate the player. I hate the game. I mean, that's what I'll tell you is, don't hate the player, hate the game. We should have been doing shit like that. That's politics, pal. They were shrewd and they were more well thought out. And the people that were we had a bunch of boots on the ground in Iowa, but no one knew what they were doing. And we had no real leadership. The people in charge of the campaign were a joke, like an absolute joke. It's not the DNC. I mean, the DNC, look, I'm not saying the DNC doesn't manipulate stuff and doesn't, but they didn't need to manipulate stuff to stop Yang. Yang tripped over his own feet. When we finally got to the debate stage, guys, Yang stood there. Don't tell me that his mic was cut off. His arm was here the whole time, and he didn't fucking look like he wanted to talk. Somebody like Amy, because of that debate on Friday, she raised, what, $3 million the next day and went like this in New Hampshire. We had our opportunity. That was our opportunity to make a splash. It was awful. It was like, it's like a game 7. If you're, I don't want to say Kobe Bryant, RIP, but it's like a game 7 and you go 0 for 30 and just absolutely, pull yourself out of the game. There's no redos. You get one shot, and that's on his campaign staff. If I was in charge of his campaign, what I would have done was I would have given him the day off before to be with his family, decompress, relax, because this is how important. He didn't need to be fucking grinding and talking in front of people and constantly on the campaign trail. I mean, he did. That was great, but the debate was it. And he should have had the day before off and that day off to hang out with his family, be around them, decompress, be recharged, be energized, because everybody, he was sick, he was tired. Those are fucking excuses, guys. It's game time. There are no excuses when it's game time. Good Tom Perez. You guys are all teaching me stuff. Thanks for helping me. Okay, let me tell you my mindset and Andrew Yang's mindset. When I walked in, and I'm not comparing this, but this is just an example, and it's kind of the same. When I walked into the basketball gym, I was the first there because I wanted to be there early because I like to be the first to show up and the last to leave. I'm exceptionally competitive, as you can have heard on the phone. I decided when I got in there and people started walking in, I was not going to fucking leave until I made Andrew Yang viable. So I started hammering the room, talking to people, seeing who liked me, kept working. And I didn't leave until I did, damn near impossible. I was one of the only guys to make Yang viable. And I was in an area where they weren't even going to have a fucking person. And half the people that voted for him didn't even know who he was. So my mindset, if it's me, I don't care how tired I am. I don't care how sick I am. If I get to the debate, because I'm thinking about the millions of people like yourself that donated, that knocked on doors, that dialed the phone, that yanged everybody. You're counting on me. You need me to be a fucking killer. And he wasn't. Steyer was a killer. Amy was a killer. Yang sat there. Joe Biden looks like he was 1 foot in the grave as the crypt keeper. Okay, fuck Tom Perez. Yeah, you're right. It's corrupt. The DNC is corrupt, guys. Let's keep hammering it. I mean, come on. Guys, this is my Reddit. It's not hard to get more people in here to get the chat papping. Let's get this shit papping. So what I'm asking you to do is upvote this post. And hey, you did it. We got 2 other people that did it. Big ups to it's Alex and Ellen. No. Dismiss. He might be, but he's not the last. It's just there's always going to be somebody on the come up. So just get pumped up. I think he'll be back in 2024. He just needs to retool his campaign. I can tell you this right now: the group of volunteers that I was with, that were put together by this guy Lucian. If Lucian was the campaign manager and all of us were directly under him, I promise you, we would have got a hell of a lot more than 3% of the vote. Why? Don't be bummed, bro. We're okay. That's life. Life's peaks and valleys. Yesterday I was living the dream. He better. Or what happens, Lex? What's going to happen? Your life's going to keep on going. You're going to keep on raising a family. You're going to keep on living life. He posts on. Yeah, he should be back. Look, man. So many people did sacrifice. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, how pathetic was it that Andrew Yang got less than 3%? Who do we point the finger at? I mean, what's with this kumbaya like bullshit? If something's awful, why can't you call it out? I don't understand. His campaign cost him being in the race. Well, why can't I say that? How is this not productive? Force him to run. You're running, Chinese man. You're running. Yes, I'm with. I don't know how to pronounce that. Mochariat. I agree. It was time, and he did the right thing. He wasn't coming back, and to keep taking these people's money. It's not a reevaluation. They need a complete overhaul with their campaign. Trump's absolutely going to win. It's a done deal. It's just a matter of how funny the debates are going to be and who he goes against. Yeah, well, that's the problem, Lex. He's honest. He hasn't made those back alley handshaking deals yet to be allowed to make any fucking splash or noise. Of course, it wasn't everything about the. I'm sorry, I get pumped. I get passionate. Every single thing, Matt, about his campaign, it was wrong. Everything, the strategy on every level. The only good thing that they did was get his ass on Joe Rogan. That was it. Other than that, everything was blown. We've made immense progress as a country under him. Under who? Who's been under him? What progress have we made under him? What? In the What was accomplished? What splash did we make? Yeah, UBI's on the table. That's pretty cool. This is finally on the forefront of the conversation. That's a hell of a lot of millions of dollars to spend on some networking. I'll tell you that right now. That's how I found out about him a year ago, or I guess the date, maybe the next day. I was on YouTube, and my biggest thing was, I wasn't really interested in politics on any level. But I brought up to my friend who I like to talk about stuff with, I said, what's nobody's talking about, and it's like the elephant in the room. And I go, automation. He goes, yeah. And like 3-4 months later, I saw Andrew Yang on Rogan. I listened to him for whatever reason. First thing he brought up was automation. I'm like, that's the guy. Overtime window has shifted. UBI. I don't know how to pronounce your name. Can I? Or I'll call you. Can I? Mr. McFadden. I don't know if you're a male or female. This is what I'll compare the UBI to. When I was a kid 30 years ago in school, they would teach us about climate change, and they teach us about global warming. They'd show videos, and we'd have Earth Week and all that bullshit, right? And everybody knew this was a problem 30 years ago. People don't address problems until it's on their front door. Climate change, they made a movie about it in like 98, The Day After Tomorrow. Everybody thought it was bullshit. It wasn't until the entire continent of Africa is on fire that people go, maybe we should try to do something about that. So I think the same thing with UBI. I think, people aren't going to address it until it's too late and there are no more, jobs, period. A lot of people cried. I didn't cry. I kind of knew this was coming on Tuesday. Friday is when I knew, when he just absolutely completely stunk up the joint and blew it. I got mad the next day and I quit. I told everybody that hired me that I'm done. I'm stopping wasting my time. I jumped back on, but that's how I handled it. I don't cry. I get mad. Yeah, everybody's looking for the Yang Gang support. I mean, I support the UBI. I support everything as long as you give me your votes. So we'll see. Matt, I will say mainstream is a relative term. If this thing sticks around, that's one thing. If the people are just going to talk about UBI now and it never gets brought up again until it's too late, then it remains to be seen. So I'm not ready to celebrate just yet. Okay. Well, that's cool, but of course, you guys got to keep in mind that Yang had a lot of support, and he came from nowhere. So every one of these candidates is going to try to incur your vote by sending out Twitters and tweets and statements and all this stuff that they support Andrew Yang's politics, because everybody wants your vote, because everybody wants to win. So let's see. Let's have this conversation a year from now, or better yet, 6 months from now. Let's see if this is on debate stage with whoever gets a Democratic nomination against Trump. How many times UBI brought up? I'd say once or twice. That'd be my guess. I'm a bit of a pessimist in that way. Oh, cool. We're up to 14. If you guys can please, I know some of you don't like me and think I'm a bloviating moron like Trump. I apologize, but I don't know if wherever my finger is for my Reddit post, if you can upvote it and just comment, we can get more people in here. I'm going to be here for another hour and a half, and I'm going to go play basketball. Well, I never said what I nothing that I did was wasted. This was the most fun I've ever had in my entire life working. I met all of you Yang Gangers in my entire life. I've met maybe 5 people that I can get on a level to and be honest with and share my ideas and thoughts with when they don't look at me like I have 2 heads. I live in Southern California. When I came back from hanging out with everybody at the campaign, I was in for a rude awakening when I went down and had dinner at the mall. And all I heard was people talking about their new boots that they want that are $700 to match their $800 bag. And I can't, get with it. My favorite part about the campaign and all you Yang Gangers on is it has been an absolute pleasure to meet so many people that are brilliant and that I can talk to. I made so many friendships, so many relationships, met so many great people that'll probably last forever. Best experience of my life. But at the same time, I'm a big, loud idiot. And if I see some bullshit and something wrong, I'm going to call it out. I'm not going to, I'm going to call out the campaign for blowing it. I'm not trying to hate, but somebody's got to make light of this stuff because the last thing I want if he's going to run in 2024 is anybody that had anything to fucking do with this. Anything that had anybody to do with this campaign needs to I don't know, go swim in the lake or something because I don't want anyone near the campaign in 2024 that he was riding with this one. Let's see here. I don't think Yang was playing to win. I guess. I don't know who Yang's going to support. I don't. Back to the DNC running everything. I don't know if Bernie's going to get in there. I think it'll be realistically. I think it'll be Amy. I would like to see Amy against Trump or Buttigieg just to see Trump act like a high school bully, a football player, jock, high school bully, bringing up his husband just for the laughs. I don't know who. It doesn't matter who he supports. I don't think. That's true. Well, the new thing is climate change. Is everybody's on board with climate change? And keep in mind, 10 years ago, it was let's wait for the statistics to come out on climate change. Well, yeah, he's Lex. I love you to death, girl, and I love your enthusiasm and passion. But he's telling you what you got to hear. What is he gonna do? Like come out and say, "Oh fuck, I suck. We blew it." He's gonna try to put a positive spin on things. He's a businessman. He's a salesman. Yeah, he's gonna pivot to the next phase. It's not over. It's not, but. Hey, we're at 30. Hey, I'm gonna try to get to 30. I need y'all help. There's my Reddit right there. I just posted it. Upload it and just comment. What if he dropped out as a power play? What kind of power play could that possibly be? What was his power move? The campaign that is playing checkers without all the pieces is now going to start playing 4D chess. Come on, bro. Come on, girl. Yeah, they're blasting his name. So finally, they're talking about him. But so what? VP. Here's the issue with you. I guess he could run on that ticket maybe, but he's still. I don't know. I'm still gonna lose. God, I love your positivity. I love how you put a positive spin on this. Love it, love it, love it. Oh my grandma's gonna yell at me. No, checkers without all the pieces. Buttigieg's campaign was playing 4D chess. Our campaign was playing checkers without all the pieces. It was ridiculous. You are a positive person, I can tell. I'm happy you're putting all a positive spin on this. 4D checkers? Mm-hmm. You just might have made a fact there, bud. You just blew my mind. We're losing people. People don't want to see my stupid orange shirt. No worries, Lex. I don't know how much longer I'm going to do this for. I got to get back on the phone and do my regular job tomorrow, hopefully. It's a pleasure meeting you. Maybe I will stream me working right here like I always do, and then you guys can bother me, and I can bother y'all. But thanks for reading, and thanks for being a good person, and thanks for supporting a good cause. You have to be being sarcastic right now. You're not being honest, are you? We'll look back on his resignation as one of the most brilliant moves in political history. Bravo, Yang. Bravo. The way you completely. Yang, it's so inspiring the way that you put mouth breathers in charge of your campaign on the highest level and it trickled down to just a disorganized mess. Just bravo. I'm so just wow. He did tweet about Yang on Friday when Yang said that Trump is not all the world's problems. Trump tweeted that, I think. I don't know if that was a meme, but I love how you guys are putting a positive spin on this thing. But I'm here to take the air out of your balloon and tell you it's okay. I would if somebody. I'll tell you what, Matt. The only one that motivated me enough to do this shit for free and go. I've never GoFunded me before. This is all brand new to me. I never understood how kids could get like hundreds of thousands of dollars like streaming video games. So I kind of just went with that model as best I could. Um, you're a freak. You're a freak in the sheets. I can tell, Lex. Where was I going with this? He's the only one I would volunteer for. He's the only one that moved me and motivated me to drop everything. If these people want to fucking pay me, like if Steyer and Bloomberg want to show me the money, I will dial the shit out of the phone. But I ain't doing it for free, and I ain't asking for GoFundMe from people. If I'm working for Bloomberg, I would be laughed at. If hey guys, this is my GoFundMe. Why don't you just ask Bloomberg? He's got billions and jillions of dollars. Did Andrew Yang decide who he's supporting, or? Yeah, I know. I just got to get a hold of him. How do I get in touch with Bloomberg? I will, honestly, and I hate to say this, this is why I like Andrew Yang, is because he supports capitalism and making the economy stronger. The burners would hate me for saying this, but I would literally get Hitler elected if you paid me. And I mean that I'm being a little bit sarcastic when I say that. I would, if somebody, I heard about that. I will. It's just not as exciting. It's a lot more fishing. Um, Here, you want me to call somebody? I'll see if the guy wants to put 25 more K into my deal. Hold on. This isn't really the dialing and the finding guys is the hard part, but once you got a guy, they just keep sending you more money. Hold on. There you guys go. Big Daryl, what's going on, pal? Oh man, how's that life up in LA? How's it treating you? How's the plumbing business? You killing it? You stacking chips? You are. Yeah. Everybody's always waiting to get paid out by somebody. I totally understand that. Things are going well for us. We hired, actually, he jumped on board with us. He liked our deal so much. I don't know if you heard about it. The guy, Belkin. I'm trying to give me a second. I got to read about it. But I just got this newsletter a couple days ago, and the guy jumped on board because he liked the idea so much, and he liked the marijuana industry so much. Hold on. Nope, nope. Oh yeah, things are popping. People are starting to see just how huge this thing is getting. Well, well, everybody's like setting the seeds, and we're all just waiting for federal legalization. Federal legalization's happening. It's just I don't know if you know this, but California, the Senate just passed. They're the first state of their kind, and that's really our bread and butter. That they are going to allow these guys to have money in banks for the very first time. So, give me a second. Updated teaser. Share bonus. Great news. His name's Ryan Hartley, and he quit his job to join the director of business development. Ryan's job was director of sales in Belkin. If you ever bought a case for your phone, chances are it's a Belkin case. Belkin is what. So the guy that made all the cases is he left his job at Belkin to hop aboard on us because he sees the potential we got. I'm just calling you. Look, I understand your situation, but I know you like to play around every quarter with a couple $1,000s. If there's any more you want to put in this thing, we're gonna keep it on you guys at 25 cents, and you can keep stacking shares. And when this thing IPOs, you can take that money and you can go open up a community in Costa Rica. Well, that's what we're doing. We're just gonna keep on working. I mean, let me ask you a question. If you weren't putting money in this, what would you be putting money in? That's gonna do that thing for you to pay you back. I agree, man. You're a startup guy. So what I would say for you is if you want to pull together, I know you like to pop in 25 at a time, 25 at a time. 25 cents is another 100,000 shares right in your pocket. If there's any more you want to do this quarter, if you got any extra funds, but things are really starting to take shape. We're just in this really weird transitioning stage where we're still not federally legal. California's still not on board, but we're just trying to keep the thing going. I'm flipping guys left and right, but if you got any, if there's any more you want to do, you know how it is. It's okay. That's us. So, but it's those things kind of take a lot of time, but that's the bread and butter we've been fighting so long and waiting for. So, here's the deal: when this thing IPOs, I've got a shit ton of shares. You've got more shares than I do. Every time I get more money, he throws me more shares. We're all just stacking shares because I want to own that community in Costa Rica right next to you. When you start yours, I'll have a smaller community. It'll be La Mike right next door. And we're all in the same boat here. But I would just say for you, if there's anything, if your money as a guy who's got money in the bank, if it's just sitting there, it's not working for you. And with inflation, your money's losing its value. So I would take that 25K and I'd put it right. If you want to do any more, just go drop another check off. You've done it plenty of times. All right. All right, let me know. I know it takes you a little bit. You're waiting on to get paid, but when you get paid that money, let me know, and we'll drop it off, and things are starting to go with. He brought on more sales guys to make sure that there's more money in house, and we're just gearing up for to launch this thing. Once we can officially launch this thing and it passes through the Senate in California, and we're legal to be in here, we're not going to need your money anymore. And it'll move on to the hedge fund side when these hedge funds are pulling this thing for $5 a share because it's an already proven. So there's two types of investors. There's guys like you that like to put money into stuff before it explodes because you're looking for that payoff that'll make you that'll it's like winning the lottery. There's a lot more investors that don't have the cojones you have that will turn right around. And but maybe they wouldn't send me $5,000, but if it's a guy in a hedge fund working out of his raising money for pre-IPO like Uber, like something that they can look at that's in business that's making money, they won't bat an eyelash to invest 200K in. So it's just this how this works. So once you get your money together, get back to me. Let me know when you got the 25K, and then just go drop it off at the office at Marina Del Rey. We'll set it up like last time. Okay, Daryl? Thank you so much for your time, Val. Let me know. All right, bud. Take care. So yeah, that's what I do. I just got another 20. He's gonna drop a check off. He's waiting. I don't want to give you too much information about the guy, but he does all the plumbing in an area of Southern California, an industrial area, and just drops off 25. So this is what I do. Look, 13 people are watching, 11 likes. Yeah, bud. All right, yeah, let's get back to this. So I think what I'm going to do, because I like being the center of attention. I got a little Trump in me. I'm a narcissist. I like when you guys watch me. So what I'll do is I'll work my other job, and then you guys can just talk to me about whatever. If you guys can, new guys that haven't seen here, my Reddit post, upvote it and just comment. You should train people. I would love to train people. Hold on a second. What's motivating? I would love to train people. Hold on, let me text my boss. Or he's not even my boss. The guy's money. I'll tell him what to do. Yeah. I don't. What the hell else are you gonna do? Like that's the thing is working makes me feel better, so that's why I do it. I don't want to jump on the phone and call people. I don't want to do any of this. But what's the alternative? Laying in my bed all day? If I lay in my bed all day, then I'm gonna feel like shit. It's only uncomfortable because you've never done it before. The first time you do anything, it's uncomfortable because you're not used to doing it. So, if you shovel through the negative and just pound and jump and go through, you'll get to where you want to go. Like this, we live in a great fucking country. And I know everybody feels bad about today because of the Yang thing. We live in a country where if you want to bust your ass and if you outwork everyone around you, you can be successful. A lot of countries can't say that. Half the countries can't say that. There's a glass ceiling. You can get as high as you want in this country if you're willing to work for it. And that's why I'm always going to love this country, period. Until, can you believe it? It's one of your. That's how I hopped on board with Joe Rogan. I saw the automation thing. I can't believe that was a year ago. I really can't. I thought it was, honestly, when I would tell people, I'm like, yeah, I saw Rogan like 6 months ago. I guess almost a year ago. All right, guys, we got 10. I got another hour in me before I got to go exercise. But right here's my Reddit. See, I have a very lazy life. I dial the phone a couple times a day. I get people to invest in money, and I go play basketball for the rest of it, and then I chill out, watch TV until my wife comes home. It was actually, I'm not used to working as hard as I have the last month for Yang, but I digress. I stopped playing basketball. So right there's my Reddit. Upvote, comment. I want to try to get to 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30, 30. But yeah, you can, it's anything is possible. There's a ton of, I don't know if you want, I listen to a ton of motivational videos, Eric Thomas, Les Brown, Jared, I don't remember the other guy's name. I'm not, and I listen to this shit every time I don't want to do it. And those words and there's people out there, man, that can make me run through a brick wall if you listen to them. All right, hold on. Let me send you some of my favorite. What would you say the issue is right now? There's videos for literally everything. Is it procrastination? Here, Guru. We'll start you at the beginning, pal. Check this one out. This is one of my favorites. Why are you sad, Kev? The sun just came up. There's Taco Bell. There's free porn. What are you sad about? That YouTube video I just posted. How do I pronounce your name? Oskivi. That's just start there. And if you like that, I got a bajillion more. Shit I listen to every day. Call me Jill. All right. I'm gonna bump this shit for you, dog. You need this. You need some motivation. I'll train people. Yeah, maybe. What do I train them for? How to sell anything or just be on the phone? Or do I train them specifically to flip voters? You got to stop dealing in absolutes, dude. Yang's not going anywhere. The older you get, the faster those 4 years run by. Hold on. 4 years goes by as you get older in a flash. It'll be 2024 before you know it. And the table will be set when the market tanks in the next 4 years, because it will. So the table's set for 2024. We'll get a Dem in 2024 after Trump, decimates the economy. And then, we'll get our Dem in there, and we'll get our, especially in 4 more years, this automation thing isn't going to stop. People aren't addressing it now, but just wait till all these truckers are out of business, and all these truckers that Joe Biden wants to give data jobs to that are middle-aged and uneducated. Yeah, I can do that. Jill, I can do that. But that's a question. Do I charge for it? Do I give this shit away for free? I don't know. I want to make money, period. I like making money, and I'm not going to feel bad about that. The burners want me to feel bad for liking money. I don't. I like having money. I like going on vacation. I like living in expensive places like San Diego. I'm not apologizing. Capitalism is good. You ever see Wall Street with Michael Douglas? Greed is good. Yeah, you're a smart guy. Maybe that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I do like subscriptions is the way to go these days. I think I don't sell like a course anymore. I sell a subscription to my information. That's going to be one of them. Another one too is when there's one guy working at McDonald's and there's all those kiosks that you press. Costco's got them. It's starting to put them in the kiosks you press. Order your food. I saw a robot arm hamburger flipper and a French fry doohickey. You know, it's coming and it's coming in a big way. So, you know, I think Andrew definitely over the next 4 years will be validated a lot. And everybody like, what was that Asian guy talking about? Man, he made a lot of sense then. I wish I would have listened to him. But instead, I decided to vote for an 80-year-old socialist. Um, it's not Yang Gang. I don't know if it's Yang Gang. Maybe it is. I don't know. Um, I think you just need to look for people that are looking to make money selling. People like to make money, and not everybody wants to be a doctor or a fucking lawyer. So I could do that. All right, I guess I'll stream. Also, what I'll start doing is I'll stream. I'll talk to you guys. I'll shoot the breeze. At the Yang Gang, if you see, I only got 10 people now. Yang Gang don't want to talk to me when Andy Yang's not in there. So just like they didn't want to contribute a ton of money. Yeah, everybody sub. I don't know. I mean, I'll tell you what I'll do is I'll probably blast this in a sales office and then you'll see some fucking toxic bullshit come in this chat. I'll get a bunch of guys that are B2B salesmen that want to tell you how great they are because they have residuals. Is what it is. You guys, I'm going to be here for another almost 54 minutes. Here's my Reddit. Upvote, comment, just to get me popping. And it's just, I bet you that, you know, there's not even that many people on the sub anymore. So what I will do, yeah, what I will do is well, maybe that's not a bad idea either. Start training people for 2024. I don't know. I gotta try to I'm gonna get $5,000 from this guy. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Was the arms cook the burgers and the French fries? The cooks in the back are going to be out of work. That's the problem. Is if I'm dialing the phone for Bloomberg, I'm not raising money for my deal. If I don't raise money for my deal, then the guy who's given me all these people that have given me, 100,000, 200, whatever, okay, the deal goes away. I got to get this thing off the ground. So maybe I could do both, but if you can get me in touch with, hey, if any of y'all can get me in touch with Bloomberg, I'll fucking blast that shit out for a couple hours a day. Yeah, I know. Bloomberg is my dude. Again, if I'm gonna get somebody elected that I don't necessarily believe in, like our boy Andy, bro, you're gonna have to show your boy the money. Period. I'll do anything for money. All right. I gotta call this other guy, and you guys can hear me sucking on the sweet teat of capitalism. I didn't mean to pump that. My bad. Not the YouTube. Not the YouTube. Not the YouTube. I want to make money. If anybody in here likes me or likes my stupid face, Reddit, upvote, comment, get more people in here. I'm trying for 30. Sub. If you like me, if you like my bullshit, sub to me. Don't be sad, Steve Rosenberg. Why are you sad? Nobody cares. We're heard. That is a great mantra. That's a great mantra for a lot of people. Everybody wants to sit and be sad. Fuck, dude. We got the problem was. Sorry, I'll turn this bullshit off. The problem is we ran out of time. We've got plenty of time now. Let's get to work, guys. I don't think we need to work for Bloomberg. And I know you're just being funny, but if you're a viable candidate, there's so much money in this country and people will happily throw it at you. It's ridiculous. Oh, all right. I gotta hold on. Let me call this guy. Who's texting your girl? Oh, Steve, I'm sorry. Steve's another great guy, brilliant guy. I had the pleasure of working with him in Iowa. Pleasure working with you. Me too. I got the pleasure to meet more brilliant, inspiring people. Anybody that's here, if you can do me the solid, I'll be here for about another hour before I'm gonna go hoop. If y'all could blast us out, upvote, comment. I'm trying to get 30 people in here. I don't think I'm gonna get it. I don't think I'm gonna get it. He's not directly affected by this, and it's still interesting to watch him unfold. I'm most impressed, Matt, by how much other people, like people in America, could give a shit. I didn't really give a shit. Um, it's amazing to me just how much other people for the rest of the world care. I didn't know, the United States was the center of the universe for a lot of people. Subscribe to my channel. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to work and talk to y'all, but also work my job and try to get people in here that are looking to learn how to dial the phone and work. Should be an interesting mix of politics and a bunch of scummy salesmen. I actually, Cassandra, I closed a guy for 25K because I was bored earlier. As someone who's not. What the hell are you calling the IRS for, Jill? Who thinks like open with the UBI for us? I could definitely see a Scandinavian company, right? Or country. They seem to be on the forefront of all evolution of society. It's not hard. The hardest part is closing them initially. That's fucking banging your head against the wall. But once they're a client, they can't say no. Matt, my biggest thing. Don't boss me, Cassie. I'm just kidding. My biggest thing. Let me see if I got another guy. My biggest thing I'm trying to understand is how is in Canada is healthcare so affordable that, you know, if you go and have a baby in a Canadian hospital, the bill you don't pay for is only like $800. Like, that's the biggest thing. If you have a baby in the United States, now I don't know exactly. I'm just throwing around a number, but I'd say it's like 20K minimum to even like look at a doctor. All right, I'll try to cut it. Who else can I call? John. I don't know if John will do it. All right, I'm calling a guy. He's probably not going to pick up. He never picks up. You did a home birth and it was $2,500. Like, Jesus Christ. And if something goes wrong in a home, you're screwed. Mr. Walbridge, it's Mike with Can I Deal. Just calling to give you an update on what's going on. We got a new director of sales, the guy that was a director of sales for Belkin. If you've ever bought a case for your phone, there's a good chance it was Belkin. So just giving you an update, keeping this thing going, waiting for California Senate. They already approved it. We're just waiting to get the charter banking, the local banking for the marijuana industry going. Give me a call back, 949-813-7700. Things are looking great, pal. Take care. I guess, but the issue, I don't know. If you guys are paying these prices in Canada, it's the way that my issue with Obama and the Medicare for all, it's a great thing in principle, but he gave a blank check to insurance companies and pharmaceutical companies. Like my friend's wife, who I'm actually texting right now, she has an almond allergy and she needs an EpiPen. And the EpiPen in the last 10 years have gone from, you know, I can go to a Tijuana right now and get an EpiPen for like $10 or whatever. And but an EpiPen now is what, $3,000? Does anybody like Hall & Oates? It's one of my favorite songs. I'm gonna play you all my favorite songs. And if you got any requests, I'd like to be your DJ until I'm out of here. Shit. And we don't just we way over prescribe everything. It's crazy. Like, as somebody who, when I was younger, I've been diagnosed with so many different things. I had a helicopter mom, and they put me on Ritalin, which is amphetamines, when I was 7. I took that for a couple years until I didn't. I got diagnosed with bipolar disorder and depression. And they started putting me on shit that just numbed me. And then I took a break from that. And then when my early 20s, I had a real bad depression, and my mom insisted I went to the doctor, and the doctor put me on a mood stabilizer and an antidepressant, and I didn't feel depressed anymore, but I didn't feel anything. And I never ever wanted to kill myself more than when I was on all that shit. But that was like 10 plus years ago. I got into, if you suffer from depression, guys, vitamins, and I know this sounds crazy because people show me studies that say vitamins don't work. Niacin, and just putting clean foods in your body and getting exercise, like that'll make all the difference in the world. If you're putting shit in your body, McDonald's and processed garbage, you'll feel like shit. You think of it as fuel. You want the best fuel in your body as possible. Yes, Steve, what do you want me to play? I'm gonna play y'all my favorite. This is my favorite song. Bro, you're listening to Hall & Oates? That's my girl. It's not that it was behind me. It's all of these things were there the whole time. It's just it's like a mental switch that happens, and you decide. And I don't want to, depression's a very real thing, and mania is a very real thing, and I don't want to trivialize anything, but when you go see a doctor, the doctor shouldn't just be like, oh, hey, let me write you this prescription because this company's giving me a kickback. Just like a guy on the street corner is getting money to give you this drug, just the doctor does to pay for his vacation home and his boat. He's got bills too. Okay, yeah, I got this new drug. Here you go. Here you go. The first thing the doctor should say is, what's your diet like? I'm going to put you on this type of diet or this type of diet and see if it makes an impact. You should try to take these vitamins and put these minerals in your body. And yeah. Hold on, let me go get my knives and I'll show you. This is niacin B3, just a vitamin. I take 4,000 milligrams a day. If you took this much, you would be glowing red. You're not going to die. It's called the niacin flush. Should save my life, along with some other stuff, but that was the main thing. Don't take 4,000 milligrams of niacin. If you do, you're going to get red and itchy, and you're going to think you're dying. It lasts about an hour. But if you take, so niacin, I guess I'm going to just off the top of my head, I'm not a doctor, is niacin B3 is the building block. If you ever feel depressed, take niacin, and 15 minutes later, you'll feel better. I know that sounds crazy. It's the building block amino acid for serotonin in your brain. And it works, but it's going to make you bright red. But it's not going to, I take 4,000 every day. You get used to the flush. The first time you take it, you're going to get red, itchy, you're going to think you're in trouble. You're fine. Just wait an hour. It goes away. Take it every day. And if you're ever sad, man, nothing makes me feel better. Well, that was another thing too. Not only, Cassie, did they give me mood stabilizers, antidepressants, they also gave me Ambien, and they gave me Xanax. And I get the benzo crawls, where if I'm on Xanax, it's one of my favorite drugs. I love the feeling of it. But the next day, I get psychotic anxiety, where I think like the feds are after me. It's crazy. Is he a Jill, is he a nutritionist, a dietitian, or is he actually a medical doctor? Oh, Cassie, fish oil is great. Most importantly, niacin, what I just told you. You don't want the flush free shit. You want the real stuff. Start low. Doctor, I'll send you a video. But originally, the guy who started AA, Bill something. After he started AA, he tried to implement high doses of niacin B3 into alcoholics and drug addicts, but they didn't adopt it for whatever reason. Yeah, I got crazy. Fish oil is great. I take 3,000 milligrams of fish. I take so many fucking vitamins. I'm just trying to keep I'm trying to keep the show popping. You know, what are we all gonna do? Sit around crying about the DNC? Yang didn't make it. Well, life goes on. Where's that one girl? Eleni, what's your favorite? Oh, Out of Touch. That's a great song. This one is my favorite Hall & Oates song. I also like Sarah Smiles. I love me some Hall & Oates. Gil, well, you're married to a very smart man. I don't know why you're listening to Mike dumbass talk, but it's cool that I'm really stoked that he puts people on diets and tells them to exercise instead of fucking prescribing these drugs that are just. Personally, with me, if we're going to get into the politic argument, I don't know if this is politics, but society, the reason all these kids are shooting up schools and shit like that is because all of these kids are given all of these drugs. And if you've ever coming off an antidepressant, a mood stabilizer, you go literally fucking insane. And if you don't know what's happening, it can get away from you. I'll have to go easy on the niacin though. Let me know when you try niacin because the flush is real. They're very, very real. But let me send you a video from where when I first heard about niacin was hold on. Now, I'm not condoning that anybody go off of their medicine that a doctor's prescribed of him. Just telling you what's worked for me. There's that link, Cassie, if you want to watch it. That's a doctor. The guy's got a PhD in nutrition. And that was when I first heard about niacin 10 plus years ago. And I don't get depressed anymore. Because your kiss. Guys, there's my Reddit. Upvote it, comment, subscribe, whatever. Who gives a shit? But that's the problem. If you go to a place like Kaiser, like there's good doctors, but they certainly don't fucking work at Kaiser. Or maybe your husband works on Kaiser. Like, if, you know, go here. And then, but you don't get a second opinion, you know, because you don't have the money to spend on your copay to get that second opinion. Well, the most eye-opening thing for me is I don't have insurance. These premiums are out of control, and I refuse to be forced to hand a bunch of people money. It makes me sick to my stomach. So I have really bad asthma. Not bad anymore. When I was a kid, it was bad, but I need to get my preventative inhalers that I take every morning. I don't have insurance because they want $2,000 a month, $24,000 a year. And then they want me to, the copay for the inhalers and the medicine is more than if I just go to Tijuana and buy from the pharmacia. So I'm in San Diego. I just go right to the pharmacias to get that. I just refuse to you know, great. I'm gonna pay. I'm gonna pay $24,000 a year plus all of the copay, the $60, this to go to fucking Kaiser where they treat you like cattle. No, thank you. No, thank you. That's why I got to move out of California. California is mandating that you get a penalty. So we'll see what happens. They want to take like 2% of my salary. Who else can I call? I was looking at Oregon, Bend. A little bit cheaper, but Bend's beautiful. Oregon. I don't know. I mean, I really like being where I am. I might just stay here. Um, my issue is the problem. There's a big problem with liberals, and if you want the definition of what's wrong with the liberals, is watch California, man. They just like if you want to look at how bad if it goes too far to the left, look at San Francisco, where they've empowered these people that are mentally ill and homeless so much that these people can shit in the street in front of you on a main street in a busy city. These people, I had a friend who lived in an area of San Francisco. Her and her husband had a very nice, $1 million home in a very hip area. And in the morning, on her front door, she would have to step over people with arms in their needle, and the cops couldn't do anything about it. That's where it goes too far to the left. What is? You got to tell me what AOC is. Exactly, Matt. That's 100% right. What I could do is I go down to Baja so much, where if I made a trip down to San Diego for a year, I could stop in TJ and stock up on my inhalers for that year. So that's what I do. I bought here. I can show you guys, but on Saturday when I went, I bought enough so to get it for 6 months. I bought 5 inhalers, 3 bottles of what their issue was Claritin. They gave me 300 pills of Claritin, and 1 inhaler. It cost me $220. If I would have bought that in the States with copay, it would have been, $1,500 probably. Cool. Hmm. Our drug prices are absolutely messed up. Like I told you, okay. So I'll show you. Hold on. Let me show you my little inhaler that I take every day to keep me from getting tight. This is CeraVet in the States. It's called Seratudo there. This little disc cost me $32 in Tijuana. With a $2,000 a month copay, or excuse me, $2,000 a month insurance, plus I would have to go see a doctor to get the prescription, And then they would try to upsell me and tell me, you really need to be taking this new. No, this fucking thing works for me. Keep giving me this. I've been taking it my whole life. I think I know. I literally almost fucking gotten fistfights with little doctors that have tried to tell me that I don't have asthma. Don't tell me I don't have asthma. Well, you blow really well into the little thing that goes up. Well, yeah, I'm fucking 6'4" and I work out all the time and play basketball. I got good lung capacity. Um, but they try to tell me I don't have asthma, and I'm just like, what am I even paying you fucking idiots for? I'm just gonna. The people in the pharmacias, the little Mexicans in the pharmacias, are more knowledgeable and helpful. I'll tell you guys a story. I had my buddy who lived with me. I was trying to help him get clean. He had an opioid problem. He was a Marine, went to Afghanistan twice, lived on my couch, tried to help him get sober, went to the gym, all that bullshit. He got pink eye. He gave me pink eye. He went to the VA. The VA is the biggest crock of dog shit in the history of hospitals. Um, the VA gave him a gel, and we were putting this. I didn't have insurance at the time, so he split the gel with me. We were putting this gel into our eyeball that would make us so we can't see. It was uncomfortable. It was weird. For 3 weeks, it didn't fucking do anything. He went back and he said, just keep doing the gel. I said, fuck this. I'm going down to Tijuana. I go down to Tijuana in the little pharmacy I always go to. I say, I have pink eye. The man hands me a little tiny bottle of drops, antibacterial drops. I put them in my eye. In 2 days, it was gone. There's something fucked up in America, and it's all profit driven. I'm a bad guy. Duh. Why are you a bad guy? Ask Munch your iPod. Why are you a bad guy? Because your list. I love dude. I live in the coolest area of San Diego. It's a recently gentrified area, downtown San Diego. I literally can look out my window and I'll see the sky rises. I live in the old Craftsman neighborhood on the hill. It's called Golden Hill. It is the most beautiful place that I've ever lived in my life, and I don't want to leave. I agree, Jill. I agree. I'm gonna drink more coffee. I thought about it. In Burlington, if you guys are ever in Burlington, and you're never going to be in Burlington, but I loved Burlington. It's an old factory town, old brick buildings, so much potential there. They're selling homes like the craziest 4-bedroom colonial style home you've ever seen. That's just beautiful. They're selling it for like 200 grand. Like they're giving fucking homes away in Iowa. I just don't know if I could do the cold. Thought about it. That's okay. So I'm in the city of San Diego. That's the county. That's more north. Which your Legoland is in Carlsbad. It's nice. I don't like the burbs. I need like an urban area. I need to like we got homeless people and shit walking around. I need to feel like there's real people around me. And I grew up in a place, and I actually grew up in Orange County, California. The OC, the Real Housewives, and the Laguna Beach show. I was the town over from Laguna Beach. I grew up in Dana Point, and I just didn't fit in. Period. It's nice. Too many people are moving. So what they're doing in San Diego is they're knocking down a little craftsman home, and in its place, they're building 6 vertical townhomes, buildings, levels, and we're starting to get LA traffic. It's awful. I'm glad I work from home and I have to deal with that. Burp. What should I listen to now? I know. I'm going to listen to Dr. Hook, Sharing the Night Together. This is probably my favorite song right now. Okay, hold on. I'm having a great time. 2020 is going to be the best one yet, twin Lizzie. What is perspective? I can't see how harmful. Um, um, what are my thoughts? I've lived. This is a gentrified area. When I moved here 10 years ago, people said, "Oh God, you live in Golden Hill." There, if you've ever seen that show Gangland, they have a whole episode on Lomas 26, which is a San Diego gang. I live in my apartment in the alley where my garage is. The house that started the gang that has its own gangland. Lomas 26. That's where it started. This used to be a very rough art area. I've actually seen the gentrification go through. I hate it. When I first moved here, there were a lot more Mexicans, a lot more people of color. I'd walk through the neighborhood. There'd be a quinceañera. They'd have parties. Slowly but surely, they started pushing these people out, raising the rents, and now in my neighborhood, it drives me nuts. But I see Tesla, Audi, Beamer, all the bullshit that I ran away from in Orange County. I mean, I like it here. I like the people I've met here, but I'm probably not gonna be here forever. Where should I move to? Everything's low cost compared to Southern California. Too far from home. Have you ever been in Nevada in the summertime? Fuck, dude. I mean, South Carolina, maybe. Maybe. I've actually thought about the Carolinas. I've considered Oregon. I've considered. I heard Boise's blowing up. Um, Back to Doctor Hook. Um, Once you come on too strong, I hope that you will understand. I feel the things cause I know what you know if you're as lonely as I am. And if you mind sharing the night together, whoa. I'll tell you, you guys keep getting me to stop every time I start playing music. It's your guys' way of telling me to stop playing my music. I'll tell you a story. Like I said, I live in the urban area of San Diego. I am zero point 0.2 miles away from Petco Park, right next to downtown. I'm a mile away. I can walk there. Um, they had there was a Skid Row, literally, you know, homeless tents. It was Tent City. God, half a mile from me. And they built these sky rises. I'll take a picture of one. Hold on. See if I can take a picture of it. Anyway, they built these sky rises, these multi-million dollar penthouses up. And the deal was that you get rid of those people and they'll build the sky rises. So they got rid of them. They came right into my neighborhood. It was bad for a little bit. You had people shitting on the sidewalk, all that nonsense, people harassing people that are living there. It was so bad. There was a hepatitis, I want to say B or A outbreak. I actually went and got a vaccination because I didn't, if I might fuck with that. Hey, Sean Hidden, he's going to run for some other office interview. Cool. I hope he runs. I think he needs to. A lot of objection I heard on the phone was he has no experience. So if he gets that experience, maybe we can flip some people. But yeah, homelessness it needs to be addressed. I wish they need to. Some people want to be homeless though. Like everybody looks at the homeless and they're like, everybody wants to say like these people are just mentally ill. Some people want to live where they live and they don't feel comfortable for whatever reason. So what I think they should do is just spend more money on facilities, housing, in less. The problem is with gentrification is you're starting to see this generation move to urban areas and push out, when our parents, and as a 37-year-old, my parents and their parents moved out of the cities to the suburbs. Now the people in the suburbs are moving back to the cities. So it's just interesting. Love you. Okay. I think I'm gonna get out of here. Here's what I'm gonna do. I took the day off today. Tomorrow I'm gonna dial the phone. If you guys want to come listen to me, try to open up new guys and try to reload guys, I'll be here. My thing will be open right around the same time. Thanks for listening. Don't give up the fight, and I'll see you guys tomorrow if you want. Let's finish. Bye, guys. I'm going to go fight with everybody on the basketball court and scream and yell at them. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, share it, blow it up. Who gives a shit?